So
It,
it's called Adplexity. Is it adplexity.com?
yeah,
Okay.
and there's also a page builder called Landerbolt that people are using with it. And
Landerbolt.
yeah, and what Landerbolt does, it can import any landing page, and it's totally you can do anything you want with it after. It's amazing. Landerbolt.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Right.
Yeah, that I've been, as far as pages now that I've got Kartra, I've been building all my pages on Kartra. I absolutely love it. It did take a little getting used to the way you've got to, create spaces and then put your columns in before you can actually add elements. So it's a little frustrating at first when you're trying to move stuff around and add things, and if you don't have everything quite formatted right. But now that I've really got the hang of it, it's so easy. It's really so easy. I'm building a landing page right now for the ACT program, and it's coming out really cool. Coming out just like I wanted it. So
Well, Landerbolt it is for when you see a page that you like.
okay, so like a competitor page.
Yeah, it totally imports it in seconds.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
we need
Sure.
to find some easier tools too for our segmentation portion, because I was looking at that. A lot of the stuff since I created the original videos has changed, um, and that's natural. I mean, Google seems like every time I create a tutorial video with Google, as soon as we publish it, it's out of date already. They go and they change stuff. But I got to go back and take a look at that and see, because somebody had told me that the segmentation portion with the Google demographics is totally changed, and a couple of people said it's not even there anymore, which I think it's probably there. They probably just hit it again.
And I think October, Facebook Insights is going to lose a lot.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've heard that too. They said there was a big Google update this last week, some kind of a broad-based update. I haven't really noticed much change, but a couple of the people I heard talking about it said it was actually a good update and got rid of a lot of garbage. So I actually like updates like that, because they really do move the trash out of your way. If you're doing stuff right, you generally don't have to worry about these updates. A lot of times they help instead of hurt. If they hurt you, you're probably doing something you shouldn't have been doing to begin with.
Very true.
Because that's what they're doing. That's why they make the updates to begin with, is to get rid of garbage. When they see the SEO industry trying to game the system using a particular method, then they create an algorithm to counter that method. It's a cat and mouse game. So
I was looking at Facebook ads yesterday. I was going to do a boosted post for my landing page that I created.
okay.
And it did. I was trying to segment it down. I was looking at manufacturers and business owners, and it kept telling me these are only available to September, like September 30th, I think. And I'm going, well, I guess I'm going to run this short run. But they're really modifying what you can segment down, it looks like.
In Facebook, yeah. Yeah, that's I got to talk to Anthony about that. He really stays up on all the Facebook stuff and where that's going and how it's working. But yeah, that's going to put a pretty big hamper on things if you can't target your audience.
Yeah, they're going to lose a lot of advertisers, I bet.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, because if the Facebook ads have been getting more and more expensive anyway, just because of more and more people using them. So if they eliminate the ability to do that, then they're not going to convert as well. So then the people are going to be paying even more. So they're going to have a lot of fallout. The only thing with that is I don't know that it matters to them. When they get to the point where they're making so much revenue, they start doing the same thing that we teach in ACT, is segmenting their ideal clients. They don't really like the little guys that are spending 100 and 200 bucks. They could care less about them. And Google is very much the same. Like in Google pay-per-click, they really don't pay attention to you until you're spending about $1,000 a day. And Facebook's very, very much the same. In fact, it would not surprise me, but what they have an enterprise version of their control panel for the people that are spending that kind of money. That wouldn't shock me at all to find out that was available. I know it's available through Google. There's a lot of things that Google will give you access to when you're a major advertiser. So wouldn't shock me at all to find out that that's going to be the case with Facebook as well.
Interesting.
So that brings up an interesting point too. When things get more difficult, more expensive, and it kind of puts another barrier to entry in place, all that means is that we just get a little more creative. And I think that one tool, that Authority Spy tool, is going to really shine here in the coming months. I know a lot of the people that are in the new apprentice program, that's going to be kind of one of their main focuses on the initial traffic, is off of that Authority Spy.
Isn't that just for Instagram, though?
It is, but what it's doing is it's finding the authorities in there, but they have a much bigger audience than just Instagram. Those authorities, they've got people following them in a bunch of different categories. So if they have a big following on there, that means they've got a big social following.
I have that video that he made.
Oh, do you? I'd love to get a copy of it.
It's a big file. I don't know how to send it. There's a way to send it in Google Docs, but I don't know how to do it.
You could probably do it in Dropbox.
I screwed up my Dropbox to the point where I don't know how to recover it.
Oh boy. Huh. Well,
but I know it could be done in Google Docs. I just don't know how to do it.
Okay. Well, if you figure it out, let me know. I'd love to get a copy of that, because he did a really good job on that video. Or you know what? I could probably just reach out to Jason. He did the video. He'd probably give it to me. He's a great guy. He actually told me he was doing another video too, not too long ago. I don't know if it's been done yet or what, but
the one I had, he was supposed to do it Mike Fulsame, but Mike Fulsame wasn't there. So
yeah, that's the one that I saw originally.
Right.
So he was going to do another follow-up one that was just more of a training video, more real cut, clean, and concise. But the one he did was really good. The one where Mike was supposed to show up and he wasn't there. That was a pretty good video. But yeah, that's so the whole idea with the Authority Spy is to find the influencers that have a high engagement rate. You don't want an influencer that's got 1 million followers and nobody's listening. That doesn't really do you any good. Plus, the other thing about that, they're going to charge you more because of the amount of followers. Anytime you're paying for advertising, the bigger the readership, the more the ad costs. So
I heard the sweet spot. I don't know if it was from him or someone else, but I think it was an earlier thing he did. It was between 10 and 50,000.
Yeah, and it really, the size of the audience doesn't matter so much as the engagement rate.
Right.
What he was talking about was he was noticing that between 10 and 50,000, generally the engagement rates are higher. But that's really what it's all about. Like, even if it's in that sweet spot as far as size, if the engagement rate's not there, you don't want them. You want the the engagement rate really is the key. That's how many people are listening.
Right. I was talking affordability.
Oh yeah. But it's the same thing too. Those smaller ones, like you said, they're not going to charge as much, but it doesn't matter what they charge if they're not engaged with the audience. It's not going to be worthwhile for you.
Right.
But a lot of those guys too, a lot of those authority people, they will do affiliate offers. If you tell them, hey, I'll give you $100 to do a solo email or a solo tweet or whatever it is, and then you say, but if you would rather sign up as an affiliate, I can set you up and then we can send your affiliate link out and you get 50% of the sales. A lot of times they'll do that, and then you've got no cost involved. And a lot of times you'll find that they'll work harder for that too, especially if you've got numbers. If you run your campaign out and that, like to this kind of a target audience, you get, so many click-throughs and so many sell-throughs, and you can give them those numbers, you can almost, speculate how much they're going to make. You can kind of give them a scale, a gauge to figure that out. So that a lot of times will get them all juiced up to do an affiliate offer. And affiliate offers are good and they're bad. The good part is there's no commitment or money up front on your side. The bad part is if the guy was going to do it for $100 and you're potentially going to pay him thousands for the affiliate offer, you wind up paying a lot more for it. The other good part of it is if he does make thousands of dollars off the affiliate deal and you follow through, you pay him, he's going to be really happy. So the next time you want to promote a product, guess what? He's going to be all ears. So that's another really good side to that coin, is building those relationships and getting people that can push out new products for you, because that's really the name of the game. It's not just the one-shot deal. The first thing that you sell is generally client acquisition. Once those clients are acquired, you should be selling them higher and higher end things on the back. So your first offer should typically be your lowest offer, and then that should lead to higher offers and even other products. Like in the internet marketing space that we're in, there's all kinds of new opportunities all the time. So there's opportunities to build new software, solve new problems, and so the amount of products that we could come up with is pretty endless. So, all right, you guys got any other questions? I know this is an early call for us, and it was kind of a last-minute announcement, but I got called to speak at that opening Rockstar marketing event that's happening in Orange County. They've made the chapters for the different geographic areas, and they called me up and said their speaker for their grand opening had waffled out on them, and they wanted to know if I could fill the spot. So I said, yeah, I'd be happy to do that. I've been in that community for a long time. So, and they wanted it at 11 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, I got to shift something around, but I'll make it happen.
John, have you been following Google My Business?
A little bit. I've got the account. I set the account up when when they started, and so I've got my own account. I know all my clients have those accounts. They keep changing stuff. When you try and log into those accounts, it's a pain in the butt to even find them. Is that what you're kind of finding?
Yes. But
yeah.
I also found that it's really very helpful. And
yeah.
a lot of people think it's the same as Maps, but
no,
it's a totally different thing.
That's correct. It shows in a different portion. It will enhance your map listing as well. It'll actually give you a better shot at getting in the map if you have that. And another thing too, this is something to consider when Google does updates and stuff. It does not affect any of their own properties. So if you've got a Google My Business listing and you've got a Google Maps listing and all the Google listings that you've got, they're solid as a rock. They're not going anywhere. So those are really good things to have. Interesting that you mentioned that. One of my clients just this week, they moved, so they have a new address, and I told them, I said, the first thing you want to do is, update your NAP. We need to update all of your citations, all of the directories that are pointing to you. All that stuff needs to get updated. And I said, Google's the first one you should be concerned with. When you do them first, and then whatever they come out, because a lot of times whatever you put into Google for your listing, sometimes they'll change it. Like if you spell out drive, like I live on Mammoth Drive. If you spell out drive, they might change it to just DR. They might change it to capital D, lowercase r. Whatever they do, that's the gospel. That's where they see you. That's what they expect to see. So if the citations coming in it's not an exact match to that, then they don't count it. Or they don't, they'll count it, but they don't look at it as an authority listing or authority citation. And even the phone number, the way they print and publish your phone number, everything about the way they display you should copy it and use that across all the directories, all the citations. Because when they see that, that's a trust factor. It's like Google wants to know that what they're putting out is correct. So the more times they see it out in the world, the more they trust it, and the more it's going to have ranking power. So they had called me up and they said, okay, I'm having a hell of a time changing my Google listing. And I said, what a shocker. Because they make it so difficult to find stuff, to log in. They didn't even know how to log into their account, and trying to reset their password, Google wanted to send a postcard out just to authorize the account so they would give them access to it. So really, really crazy. It is a pain in the butt, but it's probably for good reason, because they don't want people gaming that system.
That postcard thing has been a nightmare for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know for me, I requested the postcards at least 2 or 3 times when they didn't even show up. I had to request them again.
So anyways, there's a site called web20ranker.com you might want to look at for that. He's got some real good training in there.
Okay.
And Google My Business.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
It's been very interesting, but I can't get this postcard for this business I'm trying to help. I mean, I've been trying for 2-3 months.
Yeah, are they just not sending it?
I think they're sending it, but he doesn't get a mail delivered to his address. And, I've gone to the post office. I've left him a note for the postmaster. Still can't get the card.
Yeah, there's no problem getting mail to me, and I can tell you there was at least 2 times when I had to have the postcard resent. And I don't really know what that's all about. I don't know if that's a glitch on their side, or if they're just not doing it. Not really sure.
So there's one thing I'd like to know.
Okay.
This person I'm trying to help has basically no conception of online.
Okay.
I should have never got into this, but I did. How do his computer's broke. He has is a telephone.
Okay.
And how do I create things for him without linking to me? I've tried hide my ass, but Google still knows it's me.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted to verify things by me.
Okay, so you're talking about like you're using your email to verify all of his stuff and all that?
Well, I went into Google My Business, and I'm trying to get him on, and they're asking me to verify it.
Okay.
Instead of him.
Yeah, well, typically they'll want like a cell phone address, a cell phone number to do verification. You've got to give them something that's
They don't do the phone anymore.
pretty solid. So are they strictly doing it by address verification now?
Yeah, they want to send a postcard to him. I got that good, but
Okay.
they're asking me to they're linking it to my business.
Okay, that's probably because you were logged in when you filled it out for them.
Right. Well, I'm doing it from my computer at my home.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to link it to me.
Yeah, you probably want to do anonymous browsing.
So is that the way you do it? You do like hide my ass, and then you go.
Yeah, you want to use a different browser, and you want to go like Chrome. You could try Chrome going incognito.
Last time I went incognito, I got hacked. So I'm kind of learning to do that.
Yeah, that's but I mean, just because it's incognito, it's still Google. Chrome is Google's deal. But you could use a different browser. You could dump all of your cache and history and all that stuff, and try it that way. Or load some browser that you've never used before.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Because that's really what it's coming from. It's just coming from the cookies off the browser.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think they're like tracking your MAC address or anything like that.
No, I think you're right about that.
So that's, you've probably logged in. You've got the cookies. It knows it's you, and that's what's going on.
Okay.
But it's really kind of hard once you've started that process. It's kind of hard to unravel that, because now somebody's started the account and it expects them to continue it. So that's an interesting scenario. But yeah, if you do that again, or try it, try it with a different browser. Just try and go through the motions with it.
Okay, I'll try that.
If you've got multiple customers, that might be a little difficult, because you're going to have to really sweep that browser before you do the next one. But that's the reason that hide my ass it wasn't sufficient. They're not looking at the IP, they're looking at the cookies.
Right.
So. All right. Anybody got anything else here for today? I know it's an early one. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up. I expect to be back on regular time next week, so I apologize for the early move there. But like I said, it was due to getting asked to speak at that opening event. So the grand opening for the Orange County Rockstar Club. So, all right, guys. Well, if that's it, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up, and I'll get this up for you so you've got it.
Have a good talk.
All right, will do. And we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.